The NBA issued its 2-minute report for the Cavaliers and Warriors game earlier today, and the league determined that LeBron James should have been assessed a technical foul for hanging on the rim right here.
I agree. The first time LeBron, you love it. The L train down the lane, that's fine. Now that second, no, I need a tech on that second.
Rick, do you agree?
That's Christmas.
All right, now, the announcers thought the Warriors got away with an illegal substitution during a review to see if Klay Thompson beat the shot clock on that corner 3 attempt. The league said the refs got it right in allowing the Warriors to substitute Sean Livingston for Steph Curry because, Rick Fox, it occurred during a dead ball.
Well, it was the right decision by Steve Kerr. He got him in on time. That's the rule. He can do that.
And then you have the league determining through the 2-minute report that Richard Jefferson should have been called for a foul on Kevin Durant in the closing seconds. Jeff Van Gundy thought this was a foul. Mark Jackson did not. DZ?
I didn't think it was a foul. I thought Kevin Durant should have caught the ball and squared up right away and went at Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson being the veteran defensive player and sitting next to a defensive player, Rick, he took away his space. There's nothing else to do.
I agree. I wasn't sure where Kevin Durant at that time was going. I mean, it seemed like he was heading back up court, maybe to clear space. I'm not sure. But, yeah, anytime the offensive player is going away from the basket and there's a trip.
So if we just reverse that and Kevin Durant is going to the basket on the same play.
He's going to get the call.
He's going to get the call.
Okay.
He's going to get that call. Because when you watch the play, he catches it, he's going that way. Catch it, square up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Now Richard Jefferson's on his heels.
Okay.
Now he can't take away your space. Watch. He's coming off. Now when he catches his basketball, rips straight through. Now that bump, now if you get bumped, now it looks more like a foul versus you're going towards the other end of the court. That's my only thing. You know how much I love Kevin Durant. Right there, no, you got to square up and be right in Richard Jefferson's face.
So let me play devil's advocate for a second. Do you not see, Rick and Dennis, a
Yes.
left hand extending from Richard Jefferson right
I see
there
the left hand.
to kind of help Kevin Durant fall
I
down?
see the left hand, and I see Richard Jefferson's foot stepping on KD's right foot. That's why I'm saying swing through. Now it's nothing but foul. Now there's no question at all. Right there, you left question in the referee's mind. That's why he didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah, again, I stick with yes. Could you have called a foul based on the trip? You could make that case. But the fact that he's going away from the basket and heading up court the other way is not a good sign, and not a good argument for him.
Okay, Rick, I want your top takeaways from this exhilarating game. It had all the fireworks that we wanted on Christmas Day.
The matchup is alive and well. There's a lot to be relived, I think, later on possibly, if it does come to pass that these two are returned to the NBA Finals. I just love that the intensity was there. Yes, it was a Christmas Day game, a lot to be had there. Game 8, as you would say, in the rematch of game, after Game 7. But man, I think it was 13 or 14 points down with 9 minutes to go. The fact that the Cavs had the confidence to find their way back in that game, the Warriors did not close that out. They made a number of decisions down the stretch there, and I can think of, that cost them that game.
Interesting, and I know, DZ, you want to look at the other side and praise head coach Tyronn Lue, as Rick said, double digits, 9 minutes left, and talk to me about what T. Lue did right. Well,
you know about T. Lue. You know how composed he is in the ball game. So tonight, or rather than last night, when you're watching the ball game at the 9-minute mark, the phones are blowing up. You're hearing, Mark Jackson talking about Mike Breen. Maybe LeBron gets back in the ball game. Good defensive play here. You contest, you missed the shot. Then I started looking at Ty Lue's demeanor. No panic. My team's playing well. We missed a few shots. I'm giving that guy right there the rest we've been talking about all year long. He's missed some games, so I'm sticking to my routine. So defensively, you've seen guys lock in. Look at the good hard show there. Look at Shumpert step up. The defense is still connected. So that's what I'm saying to myself. Why is everybody panicking? The Cavs understand what they need to do. Play good defense, rotate. And now Kevin Durant is starting to force a few shots. He was having a whale of a ball game until that fourth quarter. Oh, wait a minute. You're asking for LeBron James? He's coming back in the ball game, what? The 7:33 mark, and you're only down 8. Why should you panic? No, you're thinking about the big picture. The big picture is get to the end of the ball game. You have one of the best one-on-one ball players in the game. During the finals, I love Steph Curry, but he shot over a chair. Klay Thompson is 6'8", shoot over it, knock it down, play with confidence. Ty Lue, once again, I love what you did. You coached your butt off down the stretch.
Would you say he outcoached Steve Kerr?
Yes, for that fourth quarter, no question.
Okay. Now, Stephen Curry had just 15 points. He did make a big 3 late in the game and held up the 3-point sign. I'm sure the fans in Cleveland weren't real crazy about that. But 15 points on 4 of 11 shooting against the Cavs on Sunday. And now, over their last 4 meetings, of course, dating back to the finals, Curry is shooting just 36.7% overall and below 35% on threes as the Dubs have lost all 4 games. Here's head coach Steve Kerr on Steph's struggles versus Cleveland.
Well, they're a good defensive team. They've got a lot of speed, and they're doing what everybody else is doing. People are paying a lot of attention to Steph, and that's what he's going to see every night. So he's, he had a tough night, and I'm not worried about anything like that. It's just there are nights when things don't go your way, and I think he can be a little smarter. I think he can make better decisions, and that'll help against anybody. But I'm not worried about missing shots. I'm more worried about just decision making and making sure that we're where we need to be, as a group.
Interesting, and you hear Coach Kerr in there saying, I'm not as worried about the shooting as I am the decision making, and you can take that and run with it if you want. But Rick, I'd like your thoughts on Steph versus Cleveland and what needs to change maybe.
Well, it's moving outside of a sample size. It obviously, with 4 games, 2 different seasons, but right now, the issue of deferring and decision making, I think the biggest decision Steph has to make now heading forward in the rest of the season is not to defer. Unlike Dwayne Wade deferred to LeBron James, the last 2 seasons, a championship run season, a 73-9 season, this team was led by Steph Curry, 2-time NBA Finals, 2-time NBA champion, Finals MVP. No, he wasn't. That was Iggy Dallas. Sorry, Iggy. But this team has to be led by him. In the fourth quarter, I don't know how many shots he took, 3?
3 shots.
KD took 9.
Yep.
Wow.
This isn't about KD not being able to house this responsibility. This is about the last few seasons of what the Golden State Warriors have been. They've been Steph Curry's team. And Steph Curry cannot defer now and make this anything else about his leadership and leading these guys where they need to go. I mean, they've had 2 stellar seasons under his leadership.
Does he do that or does Kerr do that?
Nah, he's got to do that.
Okay.
No, I agree. He has to step up to it. And I think Durant will hop in line.
Yeah.
But for me, I am like Steve Kerr, though. For this team to be so potent on the offensive end, the turnovers. As much as we talk about rim protection and guys like that, which will be key, but whenever they turn the ball over, it really hurts them. It really hurt them. That fourth quarter, the Cavs really capitalized on all the turnovers.
I'll say this, again, don't take this the wrong way. If we're 2 months from now discussing an MVP Kevin Durant conversation versus an MVP Steph Curry conversation, I don't think that bodes well for the Warriors.